Imagine this. It's late evening. Patient arrived at a busy hospital, holding his chest, struggling to breathe. He knows something is wrong, deeply wrong. His heart is pounding. His chest feels heavy. Every breath is a battle. And yet, he walks into the emergency department, not knowing that the greatest danger he faces today is not only his condition, but the delay in discovering it. This is the true story behind Supreme Court Judgment number 6092/2552. One of Thailand's most important cases about medical negligence and hospital responsibility. And this is our member.
I'm Warapita Holadda from OD.
My name is Tanwish Shanwawang from OD program.
Hello, my name is Prangan Vasanakisili and I'm of CBS Year 2.
คมคณินหนูท้องแก้ว CVS Introduction. We have compiled this Supreme Court discussion from the Supreme Court Information and Communication Technology Center Search System. This journal presents Supreme Court discussion, which we expect will be useful not only to those involved in the justice system but also administrators of various medical and public health organizations who wish to apply this law. Fact 1. A patient went to the government hospital for medical treatment. 2. The patient did not receive proper examination or medical record review before treatment. 3. Later, the patient's condition worsened because the doctor failed to check previous medical history, failed to properly monitor symptoms, and provide care that did not meet medical standards. 4. As a result, the patient suffered harm and damage. 5. The patient filed a lawsuit claiming the damage of 2 million baht due to the medical mistake.
For the legal issue, this is the main question the court needed to answer. First is, did the doctor take good enough care of the patient? Was the doctor careful enough? And did he do what a proper, responsible doctor should have done in this situation? Second is, should the doctor have done more tests? Chest pain is a very, very serious thing. So, was it careless for the doctor to send the patient home without doing important tests like an X-ray or ECG? Third one is, did the delay in diagnosis actually cause the harm? In simple terms, did the late diagnosis lead to permanent disability? If the patient had been treated earlier, would the harm have been prevented? Fourth is the hospital responsible for what the doctor did? The law says hospital may have to answer for the mistake of their doctors. So the question is, should the hospital be held responsible together with the doctor? The last one is, what kind of compensation should the patient get? If the doctor and hospital were at fault, what damage should they pay? Medical bills, lost income, pain and suffering, or long-term disability?
So now we move on to the relevant laws. So the first one is about tort and the statute of limitation in civil cases. So the first section is section 420. A person who willfully or negligently cause injury to the life, body, health, liberty, and property is bound to make compensation for the damage arising therefrom. Next section is section 448. It's about compensation shall include the loss incurred and the lost profit which may reasonably be expected. If the injury party has contributed to the injury, the compensation may be reduced accordingly. And last section of the thought and the stature is section 1569. A minor must obtain consent from his or her legal representative in order to enter into a juristic act, except for acts which are permitted by law or are suitable in the minor age status or daily life. So move on to the next section. It's a section about Thai criminal code. So the section 95. If the offensive is punishable by any imprisonment of more than 1 year, but not exceeding 7 years, the period of prescription for criminal prosecution shall be 10 years. And the last section of the relevant laws is Civil Procedure Code of Thailand. So the section 172, if the party, after having been newly notified, fail to appear without justified reason, the court may proceed with the hearing or delivery of judgment as is deemed appropriate.
For analysis this court, we know that the doctor failed to perform the proper examinations and negligence to the medical records of this patient, which leading to the severe allergic reaction from the drug injections. So we can see that the doctor breached the medical standard of medical care by diagnosing and prescribe an injection by telephone over the instead of examining of the patient in person. So the court decided that in this case the compensation for amount of 2 million baht is appropriate in this case. For our suggestions, we know that before any prescribing a drug injections or the medical administering medications, we should check or examine the patient in person and checking for the medical records to check for any allergic reactions. And we can use a verification step for nurse to tracking the progressions of the patients, and we should ensure that there should be a supervision available during duty on time in the hospital. And don't forget about the basic one is to training for medication safety, and in this case it's going to be an emergency management in this case.
Thank you for watching and listening. Goodbye.